Okay, so we're gonna do some weapons tests, basically, torpedoes and so forth, and whatever it is we decide we want to do. But the carrier over there is going to be our over there, the one with the white right there. Should That's going to be our target for right now. Let's walk over to these dragonfly assaults, which are basically, I've basically repurposed the dragonfly and made it more effective so that it can carry weapon systems. So the ideal range of speed for releasing kinetic weapons is somewhere between 80 and 90 kilometers per second. And if you look on the you can see I've put on both of these, they have different sized torpedoes.
Right.
If you hit 3 and 4, it'll release them. And what you want to do then is hit the space bar for a second, then pull off. Because you want to get distance away from the torpedoes and then pull off. We're maybe a little bit close, so you might not be able to get up to full speed. But I want to do these weapons tests against this carrier up here. And do you want to try to come at it?
I'll give it a go.
What? No. Do not want to commit suicide. Hold on, let me get over to here. And just remember, you want to be between 80 and 90 kilometers per second. Or meters per second, not kilometers. That would be pretty good. Kilometers per second. I don't know why I was getting kilometers per second. And then you want to release both of them. That'll be 3 and 4. And then spacebar to get your, to fire the bottom thrusters and then pull off. Just because you don't want to bump them as you pull off. Although with the way the Dragonfly is now modified, it shouldn't necessarily bump it because it's kind of clear, but it's not perfectly clear, so it could still bump it. So you want to push the spacebar. Just make sure you leave enough room for yours to pull off. These things aren't the most maneuverable, so anyway, and you just point straight at the ship, and do your stuff. So you're coming in now, aren't you?
Yeah.
All right. And they're released. Pull off. You're going to want to pull off. Oh, you are, sort of. Okay, they hit. But they bounced harmlessly off. I don't think they did any damage at all.
Yeah, I kind of heard them bounce.
Were you doing the 80, between 80 and 90 when you released?
I was doing close to 100.
Oh, you want to go, well, if you go around 100, once you get over that 90, there's a chance that they'll just go in and do no damage at all. But it looked like they should have done damage, but they didn't, so. I don't know if that's because they hit it at an angle. But anyway, if you go back to the other one, jump out of that one and go jump over into the other one that's over in there. That one's got the full-sized torpedoes, and we'll see if that works. I've got a spare one with the smaller ones. Not the one that's over here next to it, but the one that's over where you were. No, not that one. The other one. No. Look. Here, let me get between you and Ed. Okay, hold on. Where are you at? You're right here. See? The one behind me should be behind me. Roughly.
Oh, that one.
That one, yeah. Go get that one. And do another run. And remember, between 80 and 90 is where you want to be. If you get over like 90, there's a chance your torpedo will go in and just disintegrate, do no damage at all. Although that didn't look like that's what happened this time. I'm not sure. It just bounced off. It might not have had enough mass. because I stripped the mass down a lot just to see. That was an experiment to see if I could do damage with that little amount of mass, but it may be that I can't. Just let me know when you're coming in.
Some good distance here.
You should be good distance. This test, I already know what these can do, what you're about to fire. They can do pretty decent amount, a little decent amount of damage, but we'll see what happens here. You should be more than far enough away at that range.
Here we go. Incoming.
All right. Coming in. Oh, these are the bigger kinetic torpedoes. Small ship kinetic torpedoes.
Alright. Release.
Alright, I see they're away. You're good. Although these torpedoes look like they might maybe miss. You might maybe need to be aiming higher. Ooh. Whew.
Nice.
They definitely did some damage. You should take a look at what it did. Yeah. Get rid of that, and where'd the other one go? I don't see it. But where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Yeah. Are you over here? That one did more. That may be about as small as I can go with kinetic torpedoes for small ships.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure exactly what it hit, but something exploded. No, there's something down here. Oh, the reactor. That was a lucky hit. You hit the reactor. That's what that explosion was. That was one heck of a lucky shot. You didn't even know where the reactor was. There's actually a backup reactor on the opposite side of the ship. This ship is very redundant for that reason. It's got 2 reactors and a battery room.
Huh.
So, man, that was a good shot. But you could see where this other torpedo went in. It did less damage, but still a decent amount.
Right.
But, hold on for a second. I'll be right back. All right, sorry about the interruption. Oh, you went and jumped in another one?
Yeah.
Is that the one with the smaller ones?
Yeah, the small ones with the flat nose.
Yeah. You might want to try to hit a different part of the ship or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna come in from the top.
That might be a good one. Now the top has what is it called? Armored doors.
Yeah.
Blast doors, that's the word I'm looking for. So lots of times it reacts differently to impacts than the rest of the ship. We'll see if that does anything. That was one heck of a good hit. Excuse me. Sorry.
I've done it now.
What did you do?
Where is it? Oh, wait. Apparently I've gone out of range.
Out of range of what?
The antenna.
I can see where you are.
Alright. There's the carrier.
You coming in?
Coming in.
All right. I'll see what this does.
Oops.
got eyes on you. It looks like you've released. Have you released?
Released. Yeah.
Okay. So I see multiple objects coming in. I feel a bit like I'm looking at bombs coming in.
I didn't hit it straight.
Ooh. Okay. Did do some damage. But there's definitely the smaller ones are just not enough mass to hurt a big ship too much. Although that's a pretty interesting damage here. Mostly because it's bowed out, which is kind of
Yeah, that's strange.
the way I would expect it to be. Very odd. So yeah, definitely still have to maintain the bigger torpedoes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We want to move to the see what the destroyer can do.
Yeah.
It's basically the same concept. I'm going to go ahead and put down a new carrier for this. Oops. No, I don't want to turn off my jetpack. There we go. I'll put down a new carrier for this. Hold on. Although I forget about the fact that I have some explosive torpedoes. Think of where I want to do, how I want to do this. I'll just set it there. I don't know how that looks from where you are. Okay, so it works on the same basic concept. You'll have to go through the airlock, which should be fairly self-explanatory. You got out of it, so I assume you figure out how to get in.
Oh.
You'll have to turn on the engines because it's kind of in low power mode right now for flying.
Yeah.
Because if you're not using that, it burns through. It burns through fuel at ridiculous rates. And then it basically is, you have to make sure with that one that you're aiming above the target because the torpedoes are going to come off from well underneath, like quite a wide ways. It's like,
right.
Trying to think of how far that is. Let me fly over there and take a look really quick. And these are just the standard, simple, heavy block torpedoes. And it's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 blocks difference.
Okay.
So it's a long way below where your point of view is. Now there is a camera that you can look through, which is a few blocks down further.
Yeah.
But it's up to you.
Okay.
You can help with aiming and stuff.
All right. So where do you want to hit it from? Top, bottom, side?
Wherever you want. I actually am very familiar with what this torpedo system can do.
Let's go to the top side.
So I'm just more or less wanting you to see what it can do, if you can hit it. I've had practice, you haven't, so I'm kind of curious how difficult this will be. Just remember you got to aim above the target. Basically look at the upper, like look just above the line of the upper line of wherever it is you're shooting the ship, and then release it. Otherwise you'll miss the target. And you'll have to pull up on this one for sure. Because despite having all the thrusters, that thing still can't exactly stop on a dime. All right.
And
Looks like you're coming in.
1, 2, 3. Not yet. Getting aimed up.
Okay. There you are.
There.
Of course, there's nothing shooting back at you here, but
Stop drifting.
I could change that.
I don't understand why it's drifting so much. Okay.
That's a decent amount of mass.
Which buttons do I push? 2, 3, and 4? Just 3
Just
and
push
4?
them all just to be safe. I think it's just 2 and 3, but I'd push them all in sequence, then pull up. Tell me when you've released.
Alright, released.
Alright. Yeah, I've got them coming in. Good hits. Sheesh. Okay. It shows you should come out and take a look. You can actually knock a hole in the window. Let me do that. Let me lock a hole in the window on that so that you can just come out the front.
Oh, okay.
From this point on, just for testing purposes, because you don't really need to have windows since we're just testing. Very different from torpedo to torpedo. It's kind of random, but one went through the deck, and went all the way to the lower decks and did damage in the lower deck.
Wow.
And look at all the damage everywhere. It even took out some of...
Jeez.
I mean, wow. It must have bounced around a bit. It seems like it may have... Oh, no, wait. You know what? I bet this one went this way, probably.
Yeah.
And is that one? No,
They got
that doesn't make
deflected.
sense. Or maybe this went this way. Okay. It must have come in at an angle and maybe hit that? It looks so really far over
I
there.
didn't think I came in that sharp of an angle.
No, I don't think you did.
Unless they deflected.
They may have
They must have
deflected off.
deflected or
And
something.
very interesting. This is the first time I've seen damage like this.
So that would explain the oblong holes going that way, towards the blast doors.
Yeah. Interesting. That's quite a bit of damage. I mean, you went through blast doors, plus this is heavy armor on the other side of this. Not to mention that this lower deck is also heavy armor. So just those simple torpedoes can do quite a lot of damage. If you can hit the target, that's the problem.
Right.
If this is moving, this would be very hard to hit with kinetic torpedoes. Now I have other torpedoes as well. Let me go over in here and turn all of the connectors back on. Okay. Or merge blocks. Turn them all on again, and let me put in some... You can come out here and take a look at this really quick if you want. Let's see here. I've tried a few different torpedoes, but I think this is probably my favorite one. But it's a little risky to be carrying around in the battle.
Right.
You'll understand why really fast here, I think. Okay, it's set up. Now,
Wow.
where are you at? Yeah, it's got more mass, but it's also got on the back, it's got an explosive, which makes it kind of hard, dangerous to carry around.
Right.
Because if it gets hit, kaboom.
Mm.
But it's pretty cool and nifty. And let me put in a brand new carrier.
Go ahead and stick 3 of those things on here.
3 of those. You want to see the devastation you can bring on a... Let's do the first test with just 1. Then we'll do another one with more. Alright, I'm bringing it in. There we go. Should be loading in. Alright, we'll do the first one with 1. It seems to be having problems. There we go.
There we go. Ah, stop it. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Having connection issues.
Yeah. So, yeah. So yeah, just go ahead and bring in, you can go out at range, just launch it the same way. And we'll see what the difference is. I've seen this, but I'm curious as to what it's going to be this time. Because it's been very inconsistent with this torpedo system. That's one of the reasons why I want to do the first one, just one. And of course, if you're going too fast, I've had these torpedoes just disappear into the ship and just be gone. You'll hear the clink and then they'll just be gone. So if you're going too fast, there's still that bug that it just absorbs the round, which makes it that 80-90. Once you get over 80, you want to be between 80-90 when you release.
Mm-hmm.
So ready when you are.
Alright. Coming in.
Alright. Tell me when you release.
Released.
Alright. Coming in.
Hopefully it's gonna hit.
It's looking a little bit high, but I think it's still going to hit. Whoa!
Oh.
Wow. That was extremely dramatic. Most of the damage is on the outside of the ship in this case, although you did take out the antenna. So communications would be down, plus the bridge would be, or the tower. It's not actually the bridge, it's actually the tower. The bridge is actually inside the ship. Just wow. That did quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, I think it was mostly the explosion as soon as it hit.
Wonder what it would be, what would happen if we just threw torpedoes with
Take the warhead off of it.
well, we could do that. Yeah, that would be good. See what happens then.
Yeah, put 3 of them on there, take the warheads off.
Okay. Come on. Now it lags every time I put this carrier in here, just FYI if you haven't figured that out yet. Obviously it's a big piece of ship.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also a really big target, and there we go. Okay. Now turn back on the merge blocks for me, because they're off right now. No, that's not what I meant to do. There we go. Although I can't really get 3 on because the belly won't work with this torpedo. So I can only do 2. The belly is really for specialized torpedo systems, basically. I have a really huge one that's kind of fun to play with. to show that to you. All right, now let me take the, I'm just gonna replace it with light armor block. All right, there we go. You're good. There he goes. Stay from, I wonder, you know what? I'm going to stand on the ship this time. Just because I want to see it from this position. Okay. Ready when you are.
Lining up.
Okay.
Drift.
Some drift.
Yeah, it's drifting a little bit.
Yeah, they'll drift a little bit. It takes a lot of energy to stop.
Okay. Coming in.
Coming in. All right. You only deployed one.
Uh-oh.
Might as well hold on to the other one now. That is actually really cool. Did way less damage than the single ones did. There was a little bit of damage off the side here, but relatively speaking, very minimal damage. Whoa! What the heck? What did you do?
Kind of crashed.
Were you trying to launch the other
one?
one and you crashed the destroyer into the ship?
Yeah, I was a lot closer than I thought I was.
Oh my gosh. I'm just like walking around in there, all of a sudden everything starts shaking and going berserk. It's just like, what the heck? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh, okay.